Oh, wow. What a day it's been. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Stuart. This is not the second time we talked about this today. Nope, nope, nope.
It's the third time I had to film something else for my other channel.
So
I've been doing that all day. I just finished half an hour ago, filming and editing and uh, anyway.
it's very much like the review of episode of Star Trek Day, where it's like the
Yeah,
same. Yeah. Whereas I
yeah,
had dinner and I stared at what did I do? I did something important. I did stuff, Stuart. I always do stuff, you know.
yeah. Important stuff, I'm sure.
Well, I sent you some things. I don't know if you saw that. I had to do math for that. Go math. Anyway,
You
uh,
sent me things.
years. Be at that time of the month. Right, so we got to have a
Oh,
poll
yes, yes,
up
yes.
to go vote. Three options today. Are you going to be buying the newly announced Enterprise D set? Yes, with no complications. No, not interested. Or I wish I would if it was cheaper, but no. So two no's and a yes to see where that goes. Because, I mean, if everything's cheaper, you'd buy it. But, like, is the intent
Yeah.
there? Even if not necessarily. Yeah.
To be fair, for what it is and what you're getting, the price point's pretty good. Let's be honest. It could have been $100 more, knowing Lego, but I think they were a little bit reserved with it, so that's good.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's one of those ultra luxury items that the scale of what it's
Yeah.
worth is not actually what it's worth. It's the scale of what Lego is like on their metric, you know. Um, it's
Yeah.
like paying a very. It's like if you got Bill George from ILM to build you a miniature of the Sixth Enterprise, he'd be allowed to charge more than some guy, and that's fair, right? So yeah, just saying.
Yep. Yep. And Dan says the Lego designers had some difficulty designing the brick neck of the Enterprise D. Yeah, I don't need the source, so I'm going to watch those videos later, Dan. But yeah, the neck is the one thing that bothers me about it. But yeah, we'll
Mm.
get into that.
I got many, not necessarily high res pictures, but enough res pictures. Although I'd love it to be high res in my hands.
Right?
But yeah, I'll start sharing and be all we admit.
Cool, cool. Are we doing this on Discord? Not Discord. Google Slides.
Can do.
Yeah, because I got some pictures I might want to put in that you might not have. Anyway, yes. Welcome back, guys. Hit that like button. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and click the notification icon so you don't miss any edited content from us or live content where you can come and join us. We do have a few things to talk about today with the JJ films as well as Lego. And yeah, we just thought we would cover this stuff, because why not? It's kind of what we do here. Excuse me, dying over here. So make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you're super chatting in during these lives or sending a PayPal. Get your thoughts, feelings, questions, comments out of the way. And we do read them all. So please support the channel any way you can. Or just, consider joining the channel. There's a join button down there on YouTube, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards as another way to support us on a monthly basis. And we really appreciate anything and everything you guys can do. Also, there are links in the descriptions of every video to the Teespring and the TeePublic store, where we got some cool Trekyards merch as well, a bunch of other stuff. So check those out, click the links, and take a look and see what might interest you. Because, yeah. Anyway, we will discuss it all here today. But anyway, welcome back, guys, and thank you for joining us. Go vote in the poll as well. The poll is important. And yes, I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing what you guys think about this. I have a video coming out about this Lego Enterprise tomorrow on my personal channel, so by all means check that out as well. Put a lot of time and effort into that today, so if you can, please do. I'd appreciate it if you go over there and check that out and hit like and comment over there. Also, would be awesome. Um, yes, we will get into the pictures. Don't worry, guys. There are a lot of pictures to kind of look at here, so yeah. We will cover that stuff. Do not worry. Do not fear. Dun, 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 dun.
Uh, and I'm back.
And he's back, everybody. Did you
Greetings and
miss him?
salutations. Oh, isn't that a Trelane?
Greetings, greetings and felicitations, Miss
Mmm.
Trelane.
So
Yes.
close. So
So
close.
close, yet not close
Yeah,
enough.
not even in the same ballpark. Yeah, now I'm interested to hear your thoughts about this has been so on the cards for a long time now. Was there any part of you that thought this was not real? As in, like, too good to be true and these are just really good leaks and they just grab people? Or has it always been a case of, nope, you're like 100% this is going to be a thing? And yeah, of course we've
Well,
got Lego.
there was a time like 7 or 8 months ago where
Mm.
it was confirmed that Blue Bricks had lost the
Mm-hmm.
license, and then a couple months after that, like it was rumored that Lego might have it, and I was like, are they gonna do it? Because Blue Bricks already built like a lot, like almost all the ships. Like, would Lego dip its toe into that, knowing that there's other stuff out there? And so I was kind of hesitant for a little bit, and then they got these initial leaks, really low res images and stuff, and I'm like, this could be a thing. Although the design, as if you go back and look at my video from like September, or
Mm.
talking about the leaks, the design, I show a bunch of mock builds as well, like my own creation ones,
Mm-hmm.
which some of them are better. So I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
So yes, there was a bit of hesitation for a while, but then you keep hearing more and more people kind of whispering about it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of Lego creators and they've been mentioning it, and it's like, okay, well, it sounds like this is a thing. So yeah, for the past month and a half, 2 months, I've been fairly certain it's been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, hope
Yeah.
that answers your question.
No, it does, yeah. And I was, to say I've been waiting for this feels like an oxymoron because at some point, they'll be licensed TNT tricores and phasers. Like at some point, some company will just make proper ones, right? So in my head, at some point, Lego is going to get made for Star Trek. It might be for my kids in their 30s by the time we get there, but at some point, it'd have to be. It seems so odd that I remember back in the day. I think one of the reasons Lego wasn't doing stuff like Star Trek was because it's too warlike, and they don't want to do combat-based stuff. And I'm thinking, your biggest line is Star Wars, but obviously they're not going to complain it's their biggest
Yeah,
line. And then suddenly they have Harry Potter, which is fair enough. But then Marvel and DC, Batman punches people. He's pretty freaking violent, right? Like, especially as Lego, you get to play as the figures. If you're making the Joker as a mass murderer, psychopath, like, as soon as they made stuff like that, obviously Star Trek is far less violent than those things. So I knew it was going to come at some point, right? So it surprised me how
yeah.
long. But if Blue Bricks had the license for, let's say, 10 years, then of course they just were unable to make it. And then you never know what things are being halted because of licensing, right? Some deal somewhere. And I never got any Blue Brick stuff because I've seen some at your house and I was underwhelmed to by the small ones. I don't really see the point. And the big ones were fine, but they felt cheap. Not bad, just a bit cheap. And they didn't do minifigures. So my interest is not to have medium, not very accurate models in the background. Like I want really good or minifigures to kind of have the fun full thing. And Lego's actually done that mostly. So but obviously, how much more expensive than Blue Bricks, do you think? What, twice the cost? 3 times than the
It's also
equivalent?
a lot bigger than the largest enterprise
Well,
D
there you
from
go as
Blue
well.
Bricks as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how it'll be price wise for comparative size models, but
I guess pieces
yeah,
would
the
be
ones,
more the thing to consider versus size because they're
yeah,
so,
yeah.
mm.
Yeah, the ones you saw here, the small ones, I was gifted those
Yeah.
by Sylvia's mom for my birthday. She ordered them from Germany. And yeah, they're not super awesome, but there are larger versions of
Mm-hmm.
each of those that are much better. So
Oh,
yeah.
it's funny. I have now officially dipped my toe in the Blue Bricks world because they announced the Stargate Advent Calendar. So for the
Oh, nice.
movie, I think I talked about some of the live you weren't on. I didn't even know the last one. There was one last year which was Atlantis and SG-1, and this year they're doing the movie. And because obviously they then showed what was in the event can, I was like, okay, half it's not very good for Blue Bricks, half it's like cheap looking, but half it's really cool looking, and I'm happy to pay $50 for half of it was good. So the movie
Yeah.
one is this Christmas. I've never had an advent calendar. I was really truly like yes every day, but to be able to open up 24 almost Lego parts of the Stargate movie with just like, oh, that's so exciting. So I'm all in on. Now I'm in Blue Bricks for Stargate, memory may or may not have got me the Stargates as well. So I'm now an investor, as it were.
Nice.
Yeah. Not about that today, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and that's the other thing. I hope that eventually Lego will, if this is successful, will have a lot more Star Trek builds, and including a Star Trek advent calendar. They have a Star Wars advent calendar every year. There's
Loads
actually
of.
two,
Yeah.
and this year I've got for my personal channel, I'm doing the droids one,
Yep.
the droids
Yeah,
advent
we saw that.
calendar, and so Sylvia's doing the Lego City. We're gonna have a competition to see who gets the better thing each day.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that'll be fun. But I think the Star Trek one would be great. Like I have seen Star Trek advent calendars for ships, but they're from like make your own creation people,
Mm.
where you have to go to a, a brick build or whatever and get your parts.
Oh, yeah.
Bricklink. So you order the instructions, you order all the parts you
Yep.
need, and then the price is still like 120, 150 bucks for all the pieces once you
Yep.
finally get it. So
A DIY with a bit of
yeah,
instruction. Yeah,
yeah.
that
So I
makes
would just
sense.
like an official one from Lego that would be like a standard price,
And that's actually, even though I literally just went on a tirade about the event calendar, it didn't even occur to me. Didn't even occur to me. So that's actually tremendous because yeah, I'm super interested in getting the small stuff, the
Yeah.
stuff that why would they necessarily put a bonus phaser or a tribble in a main set? They might not. But Advent Calendar,
Hmm.
yeah, 24 unique sets. Especially as, and let's be honest, Star Trek is very multi-usable. If you have a male TNG body red, guess what? It could be Jellicoe, it could
Hmm.
be blah blah, right? That's
Yep.
are there variants of the female and male form that much in Lego? I don't know. So actually, yeah, that would be really, really easy to do that. And yeah, man, I'd love that. I
Hmm.
joked when
Hmm.
this I think that is once before. I said this could be the end of my rent money, my bills. It could be a real problem, if they're good, if they're
Yeah.
consistent. Because I would not
Yeah.
imagine that it's gonna be. I mean, depending on how popular. That it's just like we'll do one in 1 year and then we'll see you in 4 years. Like momentum is so key to this sort of thing. So I would assume they'd want to capitalize on do more quickly. I'm sure they've got prototypes of some stuff, but I
Yeah.
would assume they'd want more quickly.
Let's see what some of the people are saying out
Yeah, what are you
there.
guys saying?
Olivia Julius, $2. Sam, oh my God, it's him.
It is.
Yay.
You're welcome for being me. Stuart, you're welcome as
Hilarious.
well. You are welcome.
I I've said thank you so many times today to you. I don't need to do it again. I said thank you for being you. That's the first time we talked today. And then when we started filming, I said thank you for being you. And we finished filming earlier today. I said thank you for being you, Sam. So I've already said it a few times. I don't have to say it again.
Where was I for this?
Oh, you just weren't listening. You just don't
Apparently.
listen to me anymore.
Well, I'm so unused to hearing compliments. I guess it just rolls off the duck's back,
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So where was I for this? Were you? Oh! I know what it was. It was the puppet me.
Oh, maybe. One that didn't talk. I thought it was the most intelligent version of
Yeah.
you. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Mm. And he's
Moving
Canadian.
on, though.
Remember? He's Canadian.
Solaris, the long hauler rail fan, $5. How big is the Lego Enterprise D? It's 60 centimeters long,
Mm-hmm.
uh, 60 by 40 by 30, according to Threefold
Mm.
Path. Yeah, which sounds about right. Um, Classic for real, $5. The Lego Enterprise D looks like part of the licensing deal is forcing Blue Bricks to hand over all building instructions. Well, we
They're that
talked about that
similar?
earlier today.
Huh.
Nah, I don't think so. We talked about that earlier today. Lego's not going to want to copy what Blue Bricks did. Lego's going to want to do its own thing and
Mm-hmm.
stand out from Blue Bricks. So I think they kind of have a little bit of a task in that because Blue Bricks would do, a good design. Like they're not going to do something shitty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's up to Lego to just improve upon it and make it
Mm.
better. And I think that's a tough thing to do, honestly.
Well, also it's different approaches, right? Um,
Yeah.
the They've have obviously decades more experience. They have far more factories and resources. So if they want to really crack down on minutia, obviously Bluebits could as well, but do they have the money and resources to pay a guy full time, do it for whatever number of weeks? Whereas they you know, if you have a 30-year veteran of Legos and they say make us Enterprise D, they'll say, right, of course they can do it. They've done harder things. I mean, there's an amazing boy, that new Death Star, that's amazing, intricate. That's a far harder build to design, you know, like all the structural stuff. So that it's not, it's about the art of it versus the difficulty, I think, of physically constructing it. And that's why I'm quite impressed of how faithful it feels. And I said this earlier, I'm not one to buy Lego sets are, you know, things like this per se, but seeing the thumbnail in YouTube and how small it is, like that compresses the detailing, and therefore makes it look even more faithful versus it being full screen in front of you where it just feels like a Lego set with big pieces.
Yeah.
Like that highlights how well proportioned it feels. And I know the Enterprise D really well because I've done lots of animations with it. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty damn, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they had, you know, orthographics of the ship and compared in, you know, they build it in 3D first, etc. You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, like I said, if this sells well and they eventually come out with the UCS series or it's like the Ultimate Collector series like they did with Star Wars, maybe one day we can get a slice
I assume that's with the interiors.
Space stock.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
No, the UCS are like the top quality big, like the AT-AT that's this big and you know, like very high quality detailed figures or ships. So
like the extreme.
yeah, but Earth space stock slice. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, just like one fourth of it, and then there's like to scale ships in it. Oh,
that'd be cool.
And then opening a door that has
excited.
a door that has, you know, there's a thing you can put, twist like a cog and it'll open. So you actually open the door. And then would you? Oh, so I'm spitballing beyond. Would you want like an Excelsior on a little track that's on like translucent pieces, and you can see it go across frame? Would you want that so you can actually like do the chase?
Do the chase. What's chase?
Well, chasing Enterprise, running away.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, on little translucent things, just to like move them. Yeah.
I just want to correct somebody. Scottish Nightmare says this is a UCS one. It is not. It is an Icon series. It's part of the Icon series. It is not a UCS. So there is no Star Trek UCS because this is the first Star Trek Star Trek set. So
it's not Star Trek UCS. It's the first Star Trek UC. Yeah.
It's the right size and the right price point for a UCS, but it's an Icon series, which is different. Which is kind of a one-off thing. So that's why I'm hoping this one sells well. And I think they made a good choice making it the TNG Enterprise D for the first one because I think it's going to sell better than something like the TOS one would. It's not the same thing, Scottish Nightmare. Sorry. Icons is different.
And Stuart's been leaking research about this for months.
Too long, yeah.
Months and months. Yeah, it's I would assume like this does not feel, and obviously no offense to them, does not feel balls to the walls level of model. You know, if they were going absolute nonsense, extreme, beautiful one, then I feel like it would have a bridge. It would have an engine room with a baseline set, obviously cut down, so you could then put all the minifigures in. Like that for me is the big missing thing. But this is a common thing in any medium: the deliberate hold back to upsell later. You know, you didn't get that here, so now you can. And for example, if they assume we're all suckers and buy this, because we are, you have the second version be bigger, or even just a bridge set. I mean, just something with the fucking bridge.
Just different engineering. They do it with the Millennium Falcon all the time. Every like 5 or 6 years, there's a new Millennium Falcon UCS set, which is better than the last one. Yeah,
but I was trying to say, like, for that second version, you can have them in the TNG Season 1 uniform version. So therefore, it's all different, even though it's super similar, it's really not. And of course, you could have 4 Troys, 3 Datas, you know, 5 Guinans, right? This is the beauty of, while they are for the most part similar, you know, you can have a card with hair. Well, I guess you can make a card with hair. Crazy. Yeah, it's a really strong first start, and it didn't need to have minifigures if they're going for purely the look, we're doing a ship. Between that, fully featured really appeals to both sides of the collector spectrum. But boy, I would certainly buy a bridge. I don't know how big it would be, but I don't know,
There are a
you
lot
know,
of mock bridges out there, like got sticker sheets for one.
well, yeah, like if it was, you know, this big, you know, this big, that'd be
Yeah.
great. That'd be tremendous, and you can refocus on every L card is printed represented, and you got the horseshoe, and you got the doors that are separate pieces. You can actually open them because they're in a slidey piece. Oh, that'd be. Because I remember there's a great Tantive 5 like corridor cross sections. There's a few of those. So why not a bridge? Yeah.
Yeah, and Glimg makes a good point. My buddy Brad there, he says, get a Star Trek video game later on. I'm sold. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I saw that animation they did today. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I want a Star Trek Lego game now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right, I'll put the slides up if you want to add anything to show. Yeah, well, no,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it was a pretty damn good video, both in comedy. I mean, they've so far. I mean, the Star Wars video games Legos are absolutely extraordinary, and
Yeah.
you don't need the voice cast. That's proven by all the Legos. So you could just do TNG again, and walk around the sets. I mean,
Yep.
and it's so expensive to make a Lego game if you do it a standard way, and that would be, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily sell as much as Star Wars one, but of course it wouldn't. But especially as you could then, you know, do the Lego designs for future sets in it, because of course, you know, Klingons, Romulans, gauge interest. People can say, you know, per screen caps of the Borg from level 6 and say, I want a Borg minifigure. And it's like, well, they could clearly make them because they had to design them for the game. Like, here is a minifigure, right? That would sell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Raj.
You might want to resize your window just a tad. There's a white line on the right side, just so you know. Solaris though, $5,
Thank
and I
you.
wonder how many some of them will be destroyed and then rebuilded. Wonder how many some of them will be destroyed.
Card Season 3 joke.
Oh,
Well, I said to you earlier, if you could find the exact same color grey, you could make a Galaxy X version. Just to make it different. So I wonder how many of these pieces you could just source. Because they're not going to use that. Like, the point of the set is to use as few new pieces as possible. Just across the board, that's part of the point, right? But you're still going to need the specialist pieces.
Yeah. And classic for real, $5. Lego Enterprise D just seems a lot like the Nerf phaser from a fandom cash-in. P.S. They use Brick Studio, which is a downloadable app.
Oh, for the animation. Really?
Brick Studio is to design your own Lego kits.
Oh, okay. Not for the CG. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what stands out to you in this view? And actually, what stands out to all of you guys in this as well? Because this is HD, full view, the Enterprise D. You know, bam, there you
go. The main thing that stands out to me is lack of a phaser strip on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And
fair.
One thing you're going to notice too, looking at these other images, because I noticed it after we talked. There's a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold plates everywhere. There are, of course, there are the transporter emitters and stuff and the escape pods, but the gold that they've chosen and where they've placed it don't really match with anything. So it's just an odd choice, especially on the back of the secondary hull on the top. But classic for real, $2. PPS icons and UCS are internally classed as same. Yes, but the UCS is for a series like Star Wars. Icons is for like a standalone. So they are the same quality and the same size, price point, and all that, but they're different because Ultimate Collector Series is for specific runs of franchises. So anyway,
yeah.
So lack of the phaser strip is the first thing that pops out to me.
I hadn't even noticed it, I'll be honest, but you know, we talked about earlier. Yeah, My brain said, yeah, the gold is meant to be the transporter emitters, but they aren't placed anywhere right. And
And they're everywhere.
is that a mistake?
I don't I don't know.
Because
Because they're
that's
on
a
the top. They're on the top of the secondary hull. They're on the bottom of the secondary hull. You see a
because
few there.
it's just they're not there,
Like the
huh?
ones on just to the side of the deflector, the gold there, sure. RCS thruster. There's an RCS thruster there. But yeah,
Maybe
you're going to notice it and it's going to annoy you, I think.
maybe they thought it was too grey, so I want to put some colour in. But then the phase would be gold. The escape pods, there are things you could put in
Well,
logically.
here, I will put in the top view so you can see what I'm talking about. Oops. Invalids. There we go, this one.
Because I mean, the expectations for me are more
Oh,
minifigure than the Lego set. Because if they really want to make it accurate, they can make it accurate. They're choosing the budget versus effort.
yeah.
They could put the entire top of the saucer with plates that didn't have dots, right? They could. They're choosing not to for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Like, why are there some dots and not others? Why isn't it a clean surface? I don't know. That's their choice, right? It's not I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But here you can see all of the gold everywhere. And it looks fine where it is. It just doesn't match anything that's supposed to be gold.
That's so weird.
Yep.
And obviously
The
missing RCS
secondary,
thrusters on the saucer.
yeah, the secondary hull, even the nacelles have gold near the back there, which
And why are there two dots on the nacelle tops? Like they've chosen what pieces to do, so they've chosen not to make it flat. And they've chosen to put a gold
hmm,
piece. Like this is not an indie company. This is not Blue Bricks, right, where they've run out of money. This is probably one of the most rich toy companies in the entire world. So everything here is a choice.
yeah.
Like it's got to be cost saving measures as much as they can. How to make it as cheap as possible. That's still a huge profit margin. That's really weird. I guess replace the gold with not gold as soon as you can,
Yeah.
but to find that exact grey. What do you think about the shapes? Because I liked it, but then I'm seeing the segmentation more than I thought I was going to. I feel like
I think the shapes are better than I anticipated when I first saw the low
that is
resolution
true.
versions. The secondary hull, I think, is interesting the way they did it. The nacelles are nice,
Hmm.
although like from other angles, the nacelles really look great. The only thing I really have an issue with is the neck, the front of the neck. Um, the detail there is not super awesome.
Well, in my head, my brain says the basards should be wider. They should be
Yeah, a little bit.
beyond the top pieces, and the gold striping should also be wider in the piece. That feels too thin, and so the whole front basard bit just feels missized. I mean,
Mhm.
they can't do a piece and a half, right? So either it's one piece thick or it's two piece thick, and they've obviously gone for too thin rather than too thick. I guess that's a limitation, right?
Mhm.
And I guess same thing with basard. If they made it 4 or 6 bricks, it'd be the entire length of basard, inside which it isn't. So again, they've gone for too small versus too big. That's just a limitation that they've found. Although you'd think if they could just make a custom curved piece to take up the space fully somehow, but then I guess it wouldn't fill the space.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The other interesting thing to me is the arboretum windows behind the shuttle
Hmm.
bay. I thought were printed pieces, but on certain other images, you can tell it's a sticker. So I don't know how many printed pieces there are versus stickers.
Hmm.
So the registries are definitely printed. I believe the banners on the top of the nacelles are, but the arboretum window behind the shuttle bay there is not. It is in fact a sticker, and I think the registry right at the shuttle bay, the red one, I think that might be a printed piece. So Lego people make a big deal about printed pieces versus stickers all the time. So
Well, you'd think that they would have refined the printing process over the the sticker process over the last 30 years. So there should be really nice, not gonna come off stickers. I'd
yeah,
give them faith on. I don't
yeah,
know, right? I'm I like the secondary hull. I do think the it's a little bit too wide. Like not a lot, but a little bit. But again, brick logic is notwithstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. My brain did take away the gold. I see that now, and you've put it back in to actually notice it. My brain's like, but
Yeah, I didn't
why?
notice it at first either until I was really analyzing the pictures. And it's like, what the fuck?
Because I know there should be RCS thrusters and escape. Like there is something that should be here, but
Yeah.
it ain't that. And again, it's a choice. It always amazes me. Like a choice to do it wrong. It always amazes me, you know. But I mean, how many
Hmm.
times again as a filmmaker, it's like, well, you're making a choice to do this wrong. If there are reasons why you're making a choice to do it wrong, and it's not maybe you've got a choice, but they've got an unlimited budget.
Hmm.
Really, you know. Mmm.
I mean, the front view is really impressive. I do like the way the deflector looks. I didn't initially like the deflector
Yeah,
look
has a
in
big
the low
sticking point
res
for you, I recall.
images. But this looks really good. I don't know if it's just the way it's molded, but it looks like there's something behind it to make like the
Mm.
lines. I think yeah, this angle just looks fantastic. And it kind of, I don't even notice the front of the neck that I don't like here. It's on the 3/4 view that I notice it more.
Mm.
But here it looks impressive. And you got the printed window pieces as well on the edge of the saucer.
You know, of all the different people who are reviewing the set today
Uh,
across the internet, how many are actually comparing its actual physical structure to the original studio model versus just talk about it in a Lego
nobody,
sense? That's what I
nobody.
mean. Like most people just like, oh, it's Lego. Look, it's got custom this piece, and we're like, well, actually, well, more me than you, I suppose. But oh, the cells are 2% are 30% less wide. It's like, and why? How do you know? I just fucking.
Yeah.
But that's respect that we treat them with such sincerity. They should be. But I wonder what the Star Wars community thinks. You know, are their AT-ATs the correct proportions?
Brett Dean, though, $5.
Thank
The
you.
squared off pieces are just too much. Really breaks the illusion. This is my favorite ship ever, but I'm not that excited because of this. Well, I mean, every time I see something that bugs me, then I see another video or image of it, and it's like it's not bugging me now
Oh my
until
god.
I look at this other image. It's an odd one for sure.
Maybe it's
Um,
like the ambassador class, right? Until you physically
yeah,
had it, you had other thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah, so for this, I think really strong view. I mean, to get the depth of the saucer is a very difficult thing to do any which way. Having the do you wish it had all been just smooth blocks without having the dots on the
I
saucer?
mentioned that in my video. I kind of like the studs a little bit because it shows you it's still Lego. They
Yeah,
could absolutely make the whole thing smooth.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
absolutely could. But I think they made that a choice.
Yeah,
So
keeps it characterful.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
The,
And
and,
again, they might be trying to differentiate themselves from anything that Blue Bricks had done before, also,
or in the
right?
same vein, when you get the XL in 2 years with interiors and it genuinely is fully smooth on the surface,
Yeah.
because that sets it apart, right? Because this is a sorry to say budget version. They will do a bigger, better, cooler version.
Mhm.
So this is the budget version, and that's okay. Yeah, nacelles don't quite feel proportioned. I think it's probably when I'm looking at it because they've squared off the edges and they're
Yeah.
curved. They're curved, squared off, not squared off, squared off. And my brain instantly sees it's wrong, which then changes the proportion of how much the facade is filling that space. But I didn't notice it from another view. So again, as you say, it's deceptive.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, some of the views just go, huh,
Yeah,
this is better. Like this view, like look at the nacelles here. They look almost perfect. No reason except the front at the little bit of a step there.
yeah. Why is there a
But
dip in
I
and then bigger coils? There's not a dip in there. There's a. That's just wrong. Huh.
yeah.
But I like
Also,
having. Oh, yeah.
another mistake, they have the impulse engines on the saucer lit up.
I thought that earlier. I was going to say in another video, but you can just take those bits, which I will. That's not a
Yeah.
correct thing. Deary me, guys. But hey, they give you the option. No. Actually, hold on. They need to include them for source separation.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
They
yeah.
just put
But
them
you
all
should be
on
able to pop them
because
off. You should be
because
able to pop
they
them
just put
off.
them here to show they're there. Yeah,
Okay.
I like the I like a lot the you feel like there are nacelle warp coils in the grills, even though it's just studs interconnecting. But the amount of translucency they've given it, that layering is really, really good. That gives you the effect that they must
Yeah.
have tested, because it could have made that solid blue or really, that's really, really well done. And I quite like the fact there is two edges for the back of the nacelles. There's the curve edge, which gives it a nice curve, and then the structure, but that does kind of reflect that I think looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh,
I do have a
man.
question though.
Mm.
And do PayPal your thoughts, guys, if you want more of your support to help us. It does make a difference. No, if you I'm confused as to why there is at the very back of the secondary hull, there's just an open slot with 8 stud zones that feel like they're trying to be aft torpedoes, which obviously there aren't. What's
Oh.
going on there? Why is there not a piece to smooth that over?
Well, because yeah, that's a good question.
Because it looks really messy. I'm gonna be honest. That really detracts from the back. I would be fine if it's a tug and like you're
But
meant to add something, but
there are no stud pieces that have the other side smooth. They'd have to be flipped around and have the smooth side, so you'd need studs in there. Which means you'd have to do what Blue Bricks did in those little black goddamn collar things that you pop in between those to be able to put something on backwards, which is an illegal Lego maneuver, by the way.
oh
It's a whole
damn.
thing. I don't know why they just didn't create a new piece for that though to cover that because yeah, that would look much better just smooth all the way over. Wow.
I just want to also point something out that's I think somewhat cute. That in the grand scheme of the universe of Trekdom, the fact that we did this video today, this live, and the main image is the Enterprise D Lego with uh, um, Chris Pine, and we spent the first 46 minutes to a Lego set versus a Star Trek film franchise going away, and this is more interesting. What a testimony to either the interest of this or the lack of the JJ. That is the movie franchise that was $1 billion franchise that we reviewed and watched all that stuff, and the Lego thing's more interesting. Can I just point out how
That's
had you ever
that's
said that to us years ago?
yeah. That's the other news, everybody. The JJ franchise is apparently over movie wise. The end. Let's move on with Lego now.
We'll get back
Should
to
we
that
just
for the second
rename?
half.
Should we just rename this live when it's done and just make a new thumbnail for it? The original one you made, Lego Star Trek.
No,
And I'm like, no, no, no. We're not just talking about the Lego. We're talking about other stuff.
yeah, we'll get back there. It's fine. We're not done here yet.
Oh,
This is
okay.
exciting.
That'll be the last 10 minutes. We'll talk about the JJ thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So, uh, also the detail I really like on this at the top is the phaser strip on the top. The way they've done that
yeah. That's really good.
is quite interesting. I was wondering how they were going to accomplish it, and it looks fine from the top. It looks fine from this angle. There is an angle that it doesn't look super awesome, which we've
Mm.
already looked at, which is this one. Because if you look, it bumps up in areas. I don't know if it's going over studs or if it's just
Uh, well,
it's not a deal breaker by any
why would it be
stretch.
doing that?
Well, let's take a look at the top image so that we can kind of
Oh, that's so
see if we can
weird.
figure it out. Well, it's because the clip in. Um, I don't know. I just think it's the piece that they have clipped in for the phaser ring is a flexible piece, so it's just
Yeah. Huh.
it hasn't settled yet, I guess.
That makes sense.
Let's
Maybe it
get to the
does.
super chats. We got a few from
Oh,
Classic. Two
super.
dollars, not a mistake. It's just Lego freaking loves gold. Sure.
Yeah.
Classic for real, $5. Price plus people fed up with the Death Star and other sets, practices, and switch to style boycotts. Plus, let's face it, not Star Wars equals destined bomb, only Star Trek set ever. So you think this is going to be
Oh,
the only Star Trek set ever? It's not going to perform well? Is that what you're
really?
saying?
I mean, let's look at the poll to see if that interest is reflected. Because hopefully it's not, but as a question. I asked you all 51 minutes ago with 90 votes, which is tremendous. Are you going to buy the newly announced Enterprise D Lego set? Wow. Interim results. The winner is I would if it was cheaper, but no. Yes, 32%. And no, not even interested at 31%. So 68% of you are not going to get this.
And just remember, it'll go on discount at some point. They always do. Might be a year or two down the road, but it'll go on discount. So then you can buy it because you just said if it was cheaper, you'd buy it.
But also keep in mind, discount might mean like 25 bucks, which is a discount. But it's never going to be like $100 off. Unless it literally isn't sold and it's like we've got pile of stock. But that is interesting and slightly worrying because I thought it was going to be more like 55% yes. So the majority are not going to get this. But only 30% for lack of interest.
I'm interested. We had 90 votes and we only have 37 people here.
I did a little bit before the live, but yeah, people are coming and going. Right, I'm going to do another one. Vote quickly, because this is a quick poll. Vote right now.
All right, I'm going to read Classic for Real's next one. $2. Lego Harry Potter itself doubles franchise profits. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Brett Dean, $2. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Kelvin. That just made me think of Home Alone. Kelvin instead of Kevin. There's a parody there somewhere.
Dear me. All right, so I've done a poll reducing the price in my world by 150, I guess by 200. So basically I've halved it, give or take, in everyone else's world. Question is, would you buy it if it were $200 versus, or just versus no? So about half. So,
I think
so still a lot, but much cheaper.
I think personally, I tend to do this thing on my channel where I'm like, is it worth it? I think this one should probably be $100 less than it is. But then again, it's Lego and it's piece per piece price. It varies depending on the license, but I don't know if they're trying to make up for acquiring the license with this.
Yeah, there's the upfront cost. But the thing is, the first one's always more expensive because all the tooling, everything's from scratch, minifigure wise, licensing. Like this is going to take the burden. They can afford to make more of a loss later or lesser profit. But thing is, I would rather have this with great minifigures and the free gift, which is a lost profit, right? If you pre-order it, like that's going to lose them hundreds of thousands of dollars conceptually. Without the minifigures, all that, I'm sure it could be $200, but I would not buy it without minifigures, even for 200.
Yeah.
So you're getting the ecosystem, and like I say, if it helps them make more, you know, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's the same thing with this this new Halo game remaster. If you want to see more of your favorite thing in a new form, you got to support it. If you don't support it, it goes away. Kind of like what probably is going to happen with our Star Trek Academy coverage. You didn't support it, as in not necessarily you guys, but the general audience, so we're not going to necessarily do it. And that's a shame, but that market forces. So you need to support and buy this to see more of them, and we desperately want to see more.
Yeah. Aussie though, $2. No two shuttle bay door on the back of the neck. Though they're there. They are there. They're just stickers. Either stickers or printed pieces, but they are there, Ozzy. I've got an image that shows that. This one. Oh.
So vote in the poll, guys. I've loaded it by half. Interested to see what you guys think. Vote now.
I'm gonna zoom in on that for Ozzy to show him. Because they are there, and I'm not sure if they're printed pieces or stickers. That's a very good question.
They'd be really annoying stickers, but they've also probably done more. I think I look at stickers. I think I can see the right hand side.
They do look like stickers, yeah. Yeah, but they're there.
I mean, I commend them for being not the same size, because that's something real Trek shows have missed by making them the same, but they are not. Of course, they're not.
Absolutely not.
They're not placed where they should be, because that neck, which is a bit ugly, I'm going to be honest, by having like holes in it or windows, I can't tell. But I'm assuming that's the structure, mechanical pieces that keeps the neck attached. Like this is a connected piece, so that's a lost leader because they're doing source separation. Now, if you had a choice, source separation or no source separation, and it was, let's say, $50 cheaper. I don't know why it necessarily would
I
be, but would you
I'd
pick?
I'd go no saucer separation. Don't really need it. When are you ever gonna use it? It's like the Tomy TOS Enterprise. It has saucer separation, which I loved that because you never saw the TOS Enterprise saucer separate. So to be able to see that, but it also structurally kind of screws with the ship because they got that big screw in the middle, and I think that's one of the reasons. Anyway, that's why there's batteries in the saucer and in the secondary hull as opposed to just one power source as well. There's a whole bunch of reasons that you don't need that, but I think it's kind of cool on that one. When am I ever going to take the saucer off of that? Never. It was a cool thing to do once when you're putting it together, and then it's like, yeah, I'll never do that again. That's why the refit doesn't have the saucer separation. Like you don't need it.
You don't,
On
but
this one, it's more of a thing because it did it more. But
yeah, for sure.
if it was going to make it cheaper, I would probably not care. I don't
But
need it.
but also I assume it slightly is going to be a Blue Bricks competitor thing. There's didn't all separate. I'm assuming. So here's
Maybe.
another distinguishing factor.
Well, the thing with the saucer separation is interesting is that little shuttle at the top that's
Mm-hmm.
floating outside the bay all the time.
Yep.
That's one of the locking pins to keep it
Yes.
together. And I don't know how that's going to work because I've watched the video a few times now. And because here it is,
Oh,
it
fun
doesn't,
picture. Look at that.
it's not there. Um, but it's just a little Technic pin on the bottom of the shuttle. And you plug it in after you attach the saucer. Um,
That is
I
such a
do,
weird shot because I know how the source of separation should look, and it's not a flat top. It's so weird to see it broader and flatter than it should be.
yeah.
But I mean, what can they do? It's a love. I mean, it's really necessarily curved. Is the source of separation part? It's really beautiful, actually, in the model.
Mhm.
But that's
I
cool
also
though.
like the stand that it's not a Delta. Every fucking Enterprise I own has a Delta stand. I kind of like that this one doesn't.
Just invisible and nice. Are those
Yeah.
on the pylons implying windows, or are they holes in pieces because they're lots of smaller sets of pieces that for some reason have holes in that connect? Because wouldn't you just make
It's the connection pieces. If you zoom in, you can see they're just rounded pieces, like one by ones, and they're just
right?
stacked. So it's not supposed to be windows now.
So I guess it was cheaper to give you 150 connection pieces than just a custom mold to facade or to
Yep.
pylon
As you said,
pieces.
they already had the molds for it, so save the money where you
It
can.
does look a bit odd and somewhat ugly to have lots of black holes in the struts.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. These are compromises that you absolutely the company doesn't need to do, and I cannot see that. I mean, it's a laundry list, right? But I can't see creating one new piece and then mirror it for the pylons is going
Yeah.
to cost millions. It absolutely isn't. But if this
That's the other thing I
saves
want to
them
say.
hundred thousands, you know.
Yeah, that's the other
Mm.
thing I need to say too, just so everybody out there knows. This
Mm.
is 3,600 pieces. This
Mm.
is a pretty substantial kit, so um and it doesn't look like it just looking at it. No Lego kit does. It's like you look at that and you had to guesstimate pieces. I usually guesstimate half of what it should be, right?
Yeah,
So
it's the structure, it's the build up.
yeah.
But I mean, it is very cool, and
And it's
seeing the low resolution images do not do it justice. I think that is fair to say. It looks better than that,
yeah,
which is always the right way around.
there we go. Yeah, and it might have little hidden Easter eggs and stuff as you build it too. Like a lot of Lego
Oh
does
yeah.
now. Like the Falcon and stuff, they have little, the little round one piece, like one stud pieces. They
Hmm.
represent people. Like if stack three together, it represents a person. I
Yeah.
bet you any money when you're building this, there's going to be some kind of bridge Easter egg thing that
Yeah.
as you're building it, it's there, and then you can never see it again because you build over top of it. Because Lego does that a lot. I
Yeah.
th
I
and
like that.
that's nothing. It's nothing they announce either. It's one of those things you have to experience when you're building it.
Well,
So,
Marie literally bought the Pixar animated light and ball, and every
mhm.
single layer has Easter eggs,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like it's
Well,
insane.
I can
But
see this having a warp core in the secondary hull. Just a couple of blue stacked bricks, doo-doo-doo,
yeah,
and then you just build over top of it.
never to see it again, literally ever, ever
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I love that. I mean, That's the thing, isn't it? It should not cost any more to do a translucent blue piece than a grey piece if it's in that
Hmm.
level of bulk, right? So yeah, Easter egg.
Yeah.
Might as
The
well.
Scottish Nightmare says they revealed there is a dedication plaque that you place when building the bridge. Yeah, I haven't watched the Q&A yet. I tried, but I either had video and no sound, so I'd reload it, and then it was choppy. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I tried like 4 or 5 times to tune into it.
I was having dinner, so it's on
Yeah,
my
I'll,
to-do
I'll
list.
check it out later, but I'm sure they revealed a few secrets like that.
And then we came to this with you guys, so
Yeah. Hmm. No, it's speaking of the plaque. I mean, here's their little plaque. It's got the launch date.
cute.
Yeah. More simple than the Star Wars ones,
Hmm. Yeah, there's
but
no coloured L cards. But with a PayPal as well, Stuart, with a message for us, if you'd like to read
ooh,
that out.
I don't know
PayPal.
how to read.
Okay, well, if you could fake it till you make it, that would be superb.
Okay, let me try. Dun 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 dun.
Yes.
All right, it is from Sean O'Sullivan, and it says, "Well, it's $2.20." So thank you.
Thanks so much.
Glad glad no more Trek movies. They'd probably make it on Canada and would therefore be bad. Glad to see new Star Trek logo Lego. Let's hope there's more sets and there's not just this one like it's in like see you're pushing my buttons. You deliberately put in Legos and you deliberately put in on accident. I'm not reading those. Nice try. Anyway, yes. He's glad that the JJ films are done.
Because JJ sucks, and here's why. I've heard
Yeah.
that was a thing. No, it's a good
So, yeah.
plug. No complaints. It's an extra on an extra, right?
But now for the fun part that I think
Ooh.
Sam will appreciate.
Ah, yes.
The minifigs.
Yeah.
Which when I did my initial video for this, I had it Chat GPT generate the minifigs for
Mm-hmm.
me, and it did in some cases better job. None of these have pips. Not one of them has a pip.
Mm.
And I think it would have been easy enough to do.
Mm.
Here, I'll show you. Let's go with this one.
It's a good point.
But see, there's no pips on the uniform, and you could have just painted the bottom of the neck
What a great
black.
picture. Well, yeah.
Yeah, bottom of the neck black, and put like the pips there. But then there'd be unique headpieces that would. Anyway, it's fine. They don't need the pips, but
But GP3D says, I also wonder why they chose the D for the TNG 30th anniversary. I think the Enterprise A might have been suited better for Lego, though I assume they had concerns about the thinner neck nacelles, because Enterprise D has the bigger reach in the fans that would want Lego by a substantial margin.
yeah.
The original series Enterprise would be bought by those in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s as the big lovers, whereas Enterprise D would be 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. More, I mean, obviously the 80s as well, but yeah, but like more 40s and 50s, and those are the big kids who can afford to spend 300, because no one in their teens is paying 300. Like, no, the percentage of teens is buying this or their parents is basically none at 300, whatever, whatever it costs. So this is adults who can afford lots of money. So the Enterprise D is the perfect one for the demographic of exactly age range. Voyager wouldn't have the same results. DS9 certainly wouldn't, because it'd be a hard one to do. But the D is the easiest, the biggest sell. By I would say by, and the refit Enterprise is great, but I think this for me is the obvious choice for all the reasons. And also,
Yeah.
like, look at that visually. That's far more engaging than the Wrath of Khan cast would be. All identical
Yeah.
uniforms. Like,
Yeah.
it would not have the same impact. This is great, and it shows how creative they're being. Right, it's custom stuff on custom stuff. So I think that's easy, right?
Yeah. Plus, there hasn't been an Enterprise D this size before.
Yeah.
And there has been a 32-inch TOS Enterprise from Mega Bloks
Mm-hmm.
already. So, yeah.
Yeah. People don't do this because it's difficult, so they did it first. That's kind of great. So yeah, so for this, I'm impressed by pretty much everything here, in that they are all recognizable. That's impressive. The
Mhm.
subtlety of like Beverly's hair, Troy's hair, Riker's smile, none of them feel like generic reprints, except Picard. He's just Guy. Fine. He's a bald white guy. There's not much you can do with that. But that's fine.
They gave
Apart,
him wrinkles, let's be honest.
yeah. So apart from that, I think they're all rather good. I mean, Worf's headpiece is a bit garish, but it's better than just being lines on a head. So they obviously can't make it much thinner without being more expensive, so I'm fine with that. I love they've all got a prop, having two tricorders which are different. That's cool. Two tricorders, which you couldn't see in the other press leak material because they're too small. Geordie's
Oops.
yeah, thank you. Geordie's engineering box, I recognise. A phaser. I mean, how the hell are you doing a phaser? Weirdly, but there they are. That, I mean, again, that's such a lot of detail. I mean, Lego, that's very small printed details, and yeah, Wharf
Yeah.
stash and stash
Pad,
sash.
pad with the information on it. Like that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yes, a pad. Yeah, it was a tricorder. I mean, even Joy's smile,
Well,
I feel like I recognize the smile. Like that's
yeah.
yeah,
Beverly does have a tricorder.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I thought they both were. I'm
she's
not.
got a medical tricorder.
I don't know why she's not in her long jacket.
Smock. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in that most of the time, or almost annoyingly
Also,
so. But this is a safer bet because then you can buy this and then swap the head for someone else, and you can have a TNG other person if you want to.
also the color of her uniform feels a little off to me. It feels a little light, but then I remember that her medical sometimes look like that. So
Yeah, the smock's much lighter than the base jacket for some reason.
yeah.
And also, it depends. Are they using filming correct colors, the teal, or on screen we think of being blue? Might have color matched. I wonder how Whoopi Goldberg feels for your Lego of herself, because that's pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
as a custom
Well,
headpiece.
we got Legos of ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's this one. That's me. And that's you.
Yeah. Wow. Like a
Although
decade
the guy
ago.
that made these, yeah, made these for us like 8 years ago, made me a redhead for some reason. But that's
You're
Sam and
welcome.
me.
Yeah. We're in a box somewhere. No, it's fantastic. But my brain goes to, okay, great. Now they've got the TNG uniform and base character models, so now they can do a pack of them in other scenarios. Because unlike Harry Potter, I don't know if the vibe is such that you need to buy 8 or 9 Harry Potters to then change the faces, and now you have 8 or 9 male students at Hogwarts, right? But if you did do packs of 4 TNG cast, then all you have to do is swap out the head for anyone else, and now you've got a new TNG crew member, and you could do a whole
Yeah.
display diorama. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him the strong points, the whole thing.
And then somebody in the chat said, "Don't." Glimgy, that Brad says, "Don't forget the extra character comes with the shuttle too." Yes, a
How
gift
could we
with
forget?
purchase. The Type 15 shuttle pod with Ensign Row.
I wonder how much that would retail for, like 18. Oh, your dollars. Like 32 Canadian. Like still a stupid price, but
Yeah.
28. So take that out of the number as well, right?
Well, consider it's a gift with purchase. When you buy it on the aftermarket, it's going to be quite a bit
Oh
expensive.
yeah, that's true. That's gonna,
Because a lot of people get the gift with purchase and then just sell them. So
yeah. Well, if you're going to get that way. And Maria said, buy it the day one because then we get this. Because of course, I mean, this is actually a really great little set.
mhm.
I want every shuttle. Do it.
Well, as you said earlier, they are minifig scale, and it'd be cool to do a series of shuttles minifig scale. Comes with like 4 or 5 figures on its own, and you can open it up and play with it. Like that's cool.
Yeah. No, 100%. You want each shuttle, custom minifigures, and this sounds silly, but like one note parts from episodes, so like those famous TNG barrels, orange barrels.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
just cargo for a shuttle. Yes, give me the famous
yeah.
TNG barrels in Lego. One
Those
could be a
octagon-shaped cargo stack things.
yeah, exactly. You could have a DS9 runabout, that'd be fantastic. A full with the full interior
Yes,
minifig scale.
yes.
I mean, because that I'd pay 350 for. because that would just be impressive to see the inside and out. But then you have, you have an orb for the prophets. You have a Calassian. I mean,
Profits? The wormhole profits?
yes. What? What?
You said
Oh,
profits. I don't know if you're talking about money or the wormhole profits.
well, they'll love both.
Oh.
But I asked the chat a quick poll, 37 votes. Given that it was about $400 real, would you buy it if it was 200? Still, 51% say no. Even at half the price, they would not buy it.
Wow. That's
So
disappointing a
that
little bit.
is because any less than that, and it's basically free,
Yeah.
right? Because okay,
And Solaris asks if that is a Type 5 shuttle. No, it's a Type 15 shuttle.
pod. It's
Shuttle
not a
pod,
shuttle.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show the box that says Type 15 shuttle pod. There we go.
I really like the shuttle pod. I liked it a lot more once I started using it in fan films. It is such shitty charm.
Oh, that's not the one.
It's
Hold
great.
on.
And yeah, the fact that it all opens is so fantastic. That's our first L cars printed.
Yeah, it's apparently got a Romulan chip on the L-cars.
Lovely. Now that's really good. That's a really, really close version. And even in the nacelles being all smooth, that's how you do it, right? That's nice.
Sorry, that's the one I was looking for. There you can see her in, like, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
actually open this up. Both doors open up on the sides. The back door opens up. You can throw her in.
And the fact it's translucent's real. I mean, it should be, right? But that's great. Like that sort of set, if that was 30 Canadian, 35 Canadian, every
Yeah.
shuttle obviously bigger for bigger shuttles. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely pick up a few. I wouldn't get all of them. I'm not a big fan of all the shuttles necessarily, but
Well, they'd all come with a unique minifigure or some prop, so I would for that.
oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is someone asked me today, why not the Type 6? I'm like, that's fair. This is cheaper.
Yes.
Like, this is the
Much
smallest.
smaller.
They actually made this practically, so it's cheaper. Anything
Yeah.
else is going to be significantly bigger, and that's okay. Totally fine. Because minifigure scale is important, which means there is a sort of a predefined how small you can make them. And so the TNG shell will be not necessarily twice as wide, but a lot bigger. Yes. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, and the runabout. Oh, I would, yes, please. But Stuart, there is a PayPal. Why doing a poll? I should ask the fans next.
Okay, we'll get to the PayPal, then I'll get to the super chats.
Yes.
Hold on a second here.
Okay. Well, okay.
There's two new PayPals actually.
Excellent.
Oh, there is not. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm just so classic for real throws in $5 and says, "At least when I nominate Zardak as greatest sci-fi film of all time, I don't randomly insult Canada." I know Sean O'Sullivan's just trying to get on my nerves. It's fine. Solaris, $5. Curiosity might be killing the cat here, but how big is the largest set? Largest Lego set or the largest Star Trek Lego set? Star Trek Lego set would be this one, the Enterprise. The largest Lego set, I think, is probably the Death Star. There's also Lord of the Rings, Rivendell or whatever. That's a large set as well. Hogwarts Castle is another one.
Yeah.
I don't know which will be the largest Lego set, if I'm honest. So, yeah. But and Solaris also asks, could I have a Star Trek meets Middle Earth crossover?
You can now.
No. Well, yeah, you can now. That's a good point.
Okay, so the Hogwarts Castle, the big one, is 409 English, which is about 550 USD, and has 6,000 pieces. So what is 3,000?
This one has 3,600, yeah.
Okay, so that's twice as much. Let me go to the most expensive on Lego. Let's see.
Oh, someone said it was the world map. Yeah, the world maps and stuff I don't really count as.
Yeah.
Because it's art, like you hang it on the wall. It's not really a set per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
So the Death Star was 9,023 pieces at roughly $1,200. The
Yeah.
Falcon, the big one, is 7,500 pieces at around $1,000. And that's an ultra set. Titanic at around $750
Yeah.
is 9,000 pieces.
Yep. Yep.
The Lord of the Rings Rivendell, you mentioned that one, is around $650. It's only 6,100 pieces. So it's yeah.
But I'm talking about like after it's built, like footprint wise. So I
Oh
think the
yeah.
Rivendell is pretty long, and I know the Titanic is very long.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't know what you mean by largest, like just piece count or
Oh,
size overall, because even the Death Star is quite substantial. So
as you'd hope it would be.
yes. Classic for real, $2 includes infamous permanently attached Apple crate. Oh, to the Type 15 shuttlecraft, the thing on the front, yeah.
You know what's so funny
Part of the
about
design, man.
yeah, well, yeah. You know what's so funny though? I saw this. I don't think it was with you, but I saw they announced a new Back to the Future DeLorean, one that can shift to
Yes.
become the middle one. Doc and Marty, and I was like, it's only £22.90, so like 30
Yeah.
American. That's actually a good value. They made a good value set. Like it looks accurate, it's good number of pieces, great scale. It's like I'm buying the hell out of that. That's perfect price for that. So sometimes they can make really good price things.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean I'm excited for this. It is a fun thing. New poll though is would you buy Lego shuttles? Between the $30 to $200 range, because I think that's fair. The shuttle pod shouldn't be more than 30. That's a silly price, really. $30. That
Yeah.
like that's pushing it by itself. If an entire DeLorean with two figures is 22, oh yeah, 30. This should be 25, 30. But I would definitely put down 300 for a runabout to get, let's say, Garrick and you know,
Mhm.
yeah. But I'm a sucker for this sort of stuff, so it's not really much saying much.
Olivia throws in $5. Big Star Trek announcement. Sam will be in Star Trek in 2026. So tune in and watch Sam Kirk on Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
She's so mean.
intentionally so. Am I in any fan films? I've got a cameo in the Prodigy episode. You're in it more than I am. The first batch. I mean, you should be. You should be. For that story. No. Yes. One.
I don't know.
The fact I don't know is kind of funny.
It's sad. What it is.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, closing thoughts on this set, Stuart. How well does it meet the expectations? Are you more or less excited? And I guess have you already pre-ordered it?
I have not. I don't know. I don't know if I can get this one. I just because it's such a big footprint, being the size that it is. It's the same size as 350 scale Enterprises, and I got a few of
Is
those.
it really?
Isn't it? Yeah, it's the same length as the 350.
Because in my brain it's like this big. So saying it's like this
Oh
big.
no. Yeah, it's here. You can see it compared to a dude. It's pretty big. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this or not. As
Well,
much as I'd like
especially if you're also getting
to.
a Tomy.
That's the thing.
That's a
Tommy's coming
lot
in
of stuff in the end of
November.
the year.
That's the size of it right there.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
It is pretty big.
Pretty
And
big.
lengthwise, it's almost as long as the Tommy Enterprise. So
And can you just imagine, think Alderaan, the cries of Trek fans across the nation when it falls and shatters?
yeah.
How many generations are you gonna say? And I guarantee some fans when that happens will say, "Damn it, Deanna!"
Oh yeah. Oh well. Classic for real, $5. Unfortunately, Stewart will not be returning to Trek. Patrick Stewart announced Picard season 3 is it. Yeah, but he said that before. He would put the uniform back on and
And can you quote that? Because last I heard, he was open to returning, and he's not said anything about his retirement. That's been just a rumor thing. So, you know, and by rumor, I mean one person, one website said it without citing a source or evidence. So, We could do that too, you know. We could cite anything. We don't though.
Yeah, William Shatner's coming back as Kirk, confirmed in
It's true.
2026. It's already been filmed. Yeah,
Kurtzman's been fired 45 times just to get the fired money you get, whatever that's called.
severance pay.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah. The Scottish Nightmare member for 66 months at the ranks of ensign. So thank you so much, Scottish Nightmare. I think you can build a nebula as an alternate. That's the thing. If they start doing like TOS ships where you get TOS nacelles and stuff, you can customize and kit bash your own TOS ships after a point. So I could make my own Foley class at some point. Just saying.
That is the joy of Lego, right? And that is such a good point. Yeah, you totally could make at least. I mean, definitionally, you can make the one from from Voyager, sorry, because that was just the ILM model kit bashed.
Well, somebody's going to make this. Somebody's going to build this and turn it into a Falcon. Because there's that one Millennium Falcon kit that the guy's made a Helldiver ship. He's made the Razor Crest. He's made Firefly. He's made an Enterprise. All out of the one kit that wasn't intended for it.
I mean, it is just blocks, right?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? No, that's
Olivia,
really cool.
$5. Want more Olivia?
Yes.
No, good.
Oh,
you ain't getting her. I charge too much for a cameo. Wow, wow.
Broke the cameo scale.
Classic for real, $2. That was my joke back to Olivia Stewart plus Sam. What? Okay. We'll just move on from that. Are we going to talk about JJ now?
Yeah, sucks, and here's why. Is why here.
Never heard that expression before. Oh, before we do that, we should probably show. I should have put this up earlier when somebody was asking about the. Oh, I can't. Never mind. I haven't converted that yet. Never mind. Move on to JJ.
Excellent.
JJ's the Kelvin verse films are done.
All right.
Okay, that's good now. Let's move on to something else.
Here's my I thought it was a very apt picture of Chris Pine.
Yes, I thought so as well.
Slightly war-torn sort of vibe. Right, well, let's end the poll so I can start a new one about this topic there. Now, super chat your thoughts, comments, questions. PayPal if you can, they make a big difference. We're still way away from our minimum, so if you can, help us out. But I asked the poll, 24 votes. Would you buy Lego shuttlecraft between $30 and to $200? Yes, 64%. If the whole range was cheaper, then yes, 20%. And now I'm okay at 16%. So more interest in smaller, cheaper. I like it.
All right, so yes, Skydance, the new Paramount Plus owners or Paramount owners have announced that they want to move in a different direction with Star Trek, so they won't be returning to the Kelvin universe. It's simple, it's easy peasy. Plus, it's been forever, and 15 different failed Star Trek 4s over the years. It's sad in a way, and I'm not happy about it. A lot of people figured I would be happy about it, that the JJ franchise is done, the Kelvin versus finished. It's not true. I'm very meh about it. Beyond was a pretty good movie, the best of the three, like they were getting there. And I was hoping with the new Enterprise A that showed up at the end of that movie, we'd see more of it because it was a better design. And enough time has passed now that they could just jump into Monster Maroon era and have a refit Enterprise, galvanized. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that they're not going to return. I'd recently seen a thing with Zachary Quinto saying he's open to return and would like to. The cast mostly want to. So,
well, not just that, he literally just reprised his role as Spock for a Halloween special, and he looked much older. But yeah, it's funny how back in the day, age was defined by wrinkles because people were smoking and there's less fast food. And now age is defined by bloating and not wrinkles. Zachary just looks heavier and less healthy, whereas Nimoy looked the same thinness, just more wrinkled. Really interesting how
a lot of that's genetics too. Some people just get bloaty near the end.
For sure, but it's definitely more
Yeah.
But if you look
Yeah.
at all the actors from, because it's the same thing, right? TOS to Arthur Khan, whatever. Like they all just look older, but not bloatier. They've all aged in a similar way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think just lucky as well, right? With how
Yeah.
well they looked. But yeah, it's officially retired, I will say. And just like any actor can unretire at the moment's notice. Fair to say.
Yeah. Oh,
Read the poll if you can, because I think it sort of summarizes what people might or might not be saying.
so the poll, go vote on it, guys. How do you feel about the Kelvin timeline being officially retired? Yes, love it. Goodbye, Kelvin. Mid, meh, don't care either way. Boo, I'm a Kelvin fan. Liked them or liked Beyond, so wanted a fourth film. Good poll. I like that.
Yeah, it shows the broad spectrum because, yeah, there are people who genuinely love those films. Cool. There's those that hate the films. Cool. And there are those that just watch them and never think of them again. Cool. But they're all so different, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all so different, and they're not even representative of each other, right? The first one is about youth and about connecting the old to the new and about a time travel plot. The second one is about recycling Rathakan and twisting it, but sort of doing beat for beat the same thing. Like it's an unimaginative, but at the same time, that's also imaginative, like doing it different but the same. And beyond just let's make a Star Trek film.
Yeah.
So it's interesting the approach and difference of them. Hmm.
Yeah, but I was looking forward to more. Like, because they were finding their footing. You know how sometimes they say it takes 3 seasons for Star Trek to find its footing. Well, it took 3 films. They finally got there. Just make another one. Uh, so yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I really wanted to see a Monster Maroon with this cast. I think that would have been interesting.
yeah, I'm of two minds of that just because if it was something like the Stranger Worlds Monster Maroon, it just pissed me off.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's
It's
the
Kelvin
thing.
though. It's obviously an alternate universe, like, clearly. So it wouldn't really piss me off as much. Whereas one that says it's Prime.
Sure, well that was also alternate.
True. An alternate
It's
future.
just it
True.
was notably a worse version, and it's sad they made it worse. So it would have been a more shiny, worse version, right? They could easily do a not very good version of it. So it's
Yeah.
good we have the what if of it without actually having to go there. But if they just did it, sort of faithfully but in their own style, that would have been cool. And you've never seen a film where the lead actor is so much more famous than when he started. You know, although who goes see Chris Pine for Chris Pine movies or movies for Chris Pine? Like, nice enough actor, like him, but I wouldn't go to see him just because he's the lead. Does that make sense?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got some super chats. Classic for real, $2. I missed it. Do you plan on getting the Lego Enterprise D? I would like to, but I don't know if I have the room for it. And I think Sam wants to get it for sure. So
Want to get it? Do I have money for it? That's a debate.
that's the thing.
It's
Yeah.
extremely expensive. Now, if we got review versions, I would be singing from the Highlands, right?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it definitely deserves the full attention that we could give it, but need to be a tad expensive.
Solaris says with $5, it would be interesting to see an Enterprise movie. Mm, I'm more up for the United show with Captain or President Archer. Personally, don't know how Enterprise would be on a big screen. Honestly,
Well,
they
it's
never get it
anything,
back.
right? It could be amazing,
Could be,
but
yeah,
they've aged out of the Romulan War, especially as we saw them in the finale. I mean, Scott looks so much older. He looks like he looks like your granddad now versus just your dad or your friend. So in the Romulan War, I think it was 5 years after. So they've all aged out of that. So it'd have to be post Romulan War, in which case it'd just be some other random thing, which could be great, but and you know,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it was great, 100%, right? But it's the least interested of the Prime shows, even with the resurgence of fans. So the
Mhm.
viewership for it would be the least out of all the shows, movie wise. Doesn't mean it won't be some. Now, for as I said before, stream movie, perfect. They should do a stream movie with each
Yes,
cast. Okay, they're decades old at this point, but yeah, do a stream
or a
movie.
mini series, or a mini
Yeah, well, yeah,
series.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, please.
Yeah. And Joe Brown, $5. I enjoyed the cast interpretations of their characters more than I did the movies themselves. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
seeing a new take on a favorite classic character, yes, that was always the fun
Mm.
part. Didn't get that vibe off of everybody. Some did it better than others, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're always comparing, but I'm a story first kind of guy.
Mhm.
But also, we've had hours of fun pointing out the humongous issues with '09. I mean, it has more plot holes than plot, and that's impressive. Normally,
That's
you fix
very.
those in the scripting stage, and the fact that so many problems made it in just shows the absolute lack of care, attention, and care. That's rare, right? I mean, how many Marvel films have their scripts carefully reread, rewritten, tweaked, say continuity checked, and '09 is like, I don't care. Nothing is gonna make sense. I do not give a shit. I'm not gonna ask anyone about Trek. Like that's an amazing level of disregard for the universe that you just do not get.
Mhm.
You know, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, Olivia Julius has gifted 5 Trekyards memberships,
Oh,
so I'd like to welcome Lord Gara,
okay.
Stargazer,
Ah,
Megan Bruns. Good to see you, Megan.
cool.
The Scottish. Oh no, not the Scottish Nightmare.
Oh,
Stuart Perry
hey.
and Adam Wozniak. Welcome
Oh,
to the channel.
is that a famous person?
I'm trying
No,
to
Steve
remember where I
Wozniak is
know
a the Apple guy.
Steve Wozniak from Monsters Inc. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all that.
Is that it? No,
No, I thought it was a guy who invent
Wozniak. Oh, he's
Microsoft.
Steve Jobs, secondhand
Yeah, there you
guy,
go. There you go. That's what I'm thinking of.
right hand man, whatever. I don't know. My brain, working so good.
That's what JJ does to you. It sucks, and here's why, Stuart. No, it's like I said to you, other thing which we'll see very, very soon, guys. Part of it is just purely budget because they've been trying desperately to make a movie for going on a decade now,
Mhm.
and they're going to miss the anniversary of Star Trek, which means that that was the big promotional push that this movie would, in theory, have worked well with, especially if, for example, they brought back George Takei or Walter Koenig as their characters to have an anniversary moment, which they could have done. You know, imagine Captain's, well, I guess Admiral Sulu coming through a time hole trying to save Spock. That would be a hell of a movie as a part of it, right?
Yeah.
That would be a sell. That would people go to the cinema to see George Takei Sulu one last time on the big screen in Kelvin 4. Totally would, right? That would grab people. So the fact that they are going to miss the anniversary, and given this is the literally what's earned Paramount CBS several billion, either they're staying very quiet on something, or they're literally going to miss the only anniversary the cast are going to see again. None of them are going to see 70. Not a single one. No one who was on TOS of any kind. And probably not a TNG cast member or two by 70.
Yeah.
So this is the last anniversary, and if they've kept a secret, cool, but yeah. So the fact that it wasn't even able to be made for the big anniversary tells you how hard it was to get the cast together, to agree on budgets. I'm sure Chris Pine's agent's saying, guys, he's not doing anything less than 20 million. But that's the cost of everyone else. Yeah,
That's sad though. I mean, what are they going to do for the 60th? As of right now, we
insane.
have
Oh,
Starfleet Academy coming out in
oh yeah, that
January.
is something else, technically. Oh. That's exciting, right?
No.
Right?
What else? Is there anything else planned next year? I don't know. I guess the next season of Strange New Worlds at some point.
And that could be anniversary filled, in theory.
It could be. Yeah, yeah. It's the 60th. It's like this is I don't know. I just
But that shows you how it was just not achievable.
are not prioritized by the previous management.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is odd because Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi were the ones that wrote 2009. So that's Alex Kurtzman's like foray into Star Trek essentially. Do you think he'd want to keep that alive and make a push for that?
And get his royalty check.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not getting paid. Hmm. But it does surprise me that obviously they've announced and cancelled so many films, right? At this point, so many. But it surprised me they
Mhm.
haven't just said, right, we can't afford to do a proper full cast Star Trek 4, so we're gonna get what kind of show? We're gonna get Scott Simon Pegg and the Sulu actor, and have it be a buddy film with Sulu and Scotty, both of which are names. Simon Pegg is a great writer; he can help write it. You lower the budget; it's just those two. That'd be a fun buddy film, and you make it for 1/3 the cost because you don't have to have the full cast. Maybe a cameo from Zachary Quinto. Cool. There you go. Or audio log from Pine to only charge a few, tens of thousands, whatever. And you have it about some fun Sulu slash whatever, and it just costs 200 million, 150 million, and it's one of those like, yeah, we want something out that's fun and silly. We do a lot of practical location work, so that cuts CGI costs. We fly the cast to Tunisia, and we shoot on some dunes. That costs very little compared to CG.
Mm.
So it amazes me even that hasn't worked, right? But that might purely speak to the people in charge, not even the money anymore. The new people are saying, guys, we look at your numbers. Every one of your films lost the company money, and the reputation is not good. Why would we do a
Yeah.
fourth one? All the baggage, all the problems, all the inflated budget. Why would we
Yeah.
put money in when we can only have, let's say we've got 800 million we've set aside to make new Trek projects the next 5 years. Why are we going to put in half to make a film we know is not going to do well? Doesn't matter if it's good, because Beyond was good and didn't do well. So quality does not equate to audience. So why wouldn't we do
Yeah.
a brand new show in the 24th century on the USS Tricolor with Captain Bizan, who's Andorian, right? Like just
Mm.
something weird and cool and different, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard sell if they've got the numbers. So I'd imagine if JJ specifically said, "Oh no, we're doing a Star Trek 4." Is that enough weight to sort of quote unquote force the studio to say, "Yes, sir"? Like, if he's really pushed for it, that sounds a bit weird, but like, do they have that much power?
Mm.
In
I
some
don't know
things,
about
yes,
that.
but
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Good point though. Like the tarnished image of the JJ verse, the box office draw of those movies, even though Begone was the best of the three, there's also a boycott going on at the time for movies because of Solo and shit like that as well. There's stupid shit happening.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting take on it. I never really thought about that, but yeah, that's what bigwigs and producers and the higher ups would see. They'd be looking at the numbers and go, it's a tainted series essentially. Um, Fan reaction to it's not great.
Well, the
So yeah,
market
why would we?
potential it promised, it did the first time, but then by going so far against the fandom, guess what? If you only apply to appeal to new fans, you lose the original fans. Your viewership shrinks, and if it's not good enough to gain new fans, you've just lost the viewership. And to regain them is such a hard thing. I mean, I would be surprised if the final season Discovery got more than 1 million views per episode.
Yeah.
And some shows now are like 600,000, they consider it a success, but they might be looking at like 600,000 views because it's so little interest for the last season. Because every year less and less. The first few I'm sure were huge, and that's because of what it's done to us, not our interest in it, right? I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
viewership numbers for Because Season 3, one episode of that season probably beat 5 of the previous season because it had interest, right?
Yeah. And when everybody refers to bad Trek, they say Picard seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it would be somewhat of a safe bet if they move forward on a Janeway movie, because you've got a strong female character, older
yeah.
lady, good vibes, who's teaching her next generation. She's got a new cat under her wing. She's the hero. I wonder how old she is compared to how old Shatner was at the end of his run, because women and men age very differently. I
Yes.
wonder how reflective that was. Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Classic for real, $5. What's their faces? The people who did the Kirk unification thing with the what's with the studio name that sounds like a third-party iPhone ripoff.
Otoy.
Otoy, yeah. It does kind of sound like a cheap phone name, doesn't it?
Okay, Shatner was 64 for Generations, which he was looking pretty good for 64, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And Kate Mulgrew is currently 70. So,
Hmm.
notably older, as,
Yeah.
age defines, but, well, I mean, hell, Gates is probably like 78 for Picard season 3, and he died bid hair dye, and,
Yeah.
76. Isn't that crazy? 80 are heroes. God.
Guys, 44 of you here. Guys, 48 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get those likes up to 50. Put in your thoughts, feelings about this, either a super chat or a PayPal. Um, do you care? Surprisingly enough, I do kind of care, and I'm kind of like upset about it a little bit because I wouldn't have mind seeing another film. I really would have liked to see how they could fuck it up even more or make it better.
I
So I'm
mean,
kind of like, eh,
the irony is, all the YouTubers who relied on these things as part of their income stream. I mean,
yeah,
Section 31 was a
yeah.
blessing for everybody in the community because you cared to care. Now, I don't know if Beyond was it good for us. I can't. That was way long ago. But
Hmm.
bad films get interest. It's silly but true. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Mark Lawrence is here.
Oh,
He's got $5 for us. So thank you so much, Mark. Been driving so much and stuck in traffic. Almost missed this. Definitely
uh,
getting the Lego set D. Of course you are.
I mean, he might bloody well get a version just to compress it and be the Venture and be the Yamato and
Yeah. I like three different versions, three of it, and then you can use the two other ones to kit bash together a Nebula class.
Galaxy
Do what you need to do.
X. Bloody you could. I mean, hell, you could do the Kit Bash show we do. You know,
Yeah.
exactly. Make your own 4 nacelle, make your own 3 nacelle, start, and then you can send us versions of it. And we're like, that cost you so much to send us this picture. Yeah, it did. Yep.
Yeah. 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 Solaris, $5. Hey guys, the actor who played Captain Kirk also played in Unstoppable. Unstoppable.
2010 film and also 2024 film. Yeah, he's a pretty good career. I'm just amazed how Chris Pine went from being I thought he was much younger to now he's an older guy. He sort of I guess he was older than I thought when he was young looking, and then he
Hmm.
went older looking because he's meant to be a young Kirk, but he wasn't that young, but he looked young. Now he's
Yeah.
definitely old man, old, but yeah, yeah. It's so odd because if in a world like when Stars came out, if you had if we the audience had asked you, Stuart, do you want to see a Star Trek 3 having just what have Into Darkness, you might have said no,
Probably.
just because the chance of it being bad again was like, well, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
But we got was good. So same logic. If we were gonna get a Darkness style movie, I mean, it might be great for a fuck you film. That actually might be kind of cool. Like that bad. But if it was as good as Beyond, just more interesting.
Hmm.
And also, you would have. Would they be self aware enough as the makers if they'd truly made a Star Trek 4? Would they have been self aware enough to take on the feedback that the fans have had? I say the fans as if we're all one entity, but fandom. Would they be self aware enough to actually make changes and adjust according? Or would they have kept on the same line, do you think?
Probably kept on the same line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you got to imagine that if you wrote the film, you're probably quite proud of it, but also you are seeing the final result. Like, I have a fan film that I made, I won't say which one, that I'm not very happy with. It didn't turn out how I wanted. And I know I could see that. And there are ones that like that work better than I thought. So you'd think they'd be self-aware enough to know that wasn't very successful as much as they tried.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would definitely hope so.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Scottish Nightmare, the first trailer for Beyond killed that movie. I have no memory of that. I couldn't even tell you what it was. I assume it had the Beastie Boys, which a lot of people didn't like because reasons, and the motorbike for reasons. But both are in the story fine. They've got a real reason to be in the story. Is it smart?
Yeah.
No. Is it dumb? No. It's just a reason. It's fine.
Uniforms are better, the writing's better, the
So
storytelling's better, the Enterprise is
well, it's
it
shot better.
exists.
It's shot better. They knew
Sure,
how to
and
make it look better.
it gets fucking annihilated, which makes me so happy. So we get a new Enterprise at the end.
And we
And
see a
there's lots of love
saucer
about Beyond.
crash on a planet. That's fantastic. That was great.
Again, done later in Lower Decks.
Yes. Yes. Jailer, pretty great.
JLo's good, yeah.
Right, good, pretty great. Not amazing, but pretty great. And see Spock just casually nick someone's uniform from the Franklin and wear it without mentioning it at all, and having a phaser that Johnny designed and ran. It's like you freeze and you see it. It's not very obvious to see, but like those are nice details to include. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was written in like 2 months. Crazy. Oh, another PayPal as well. Some tremendous fan has also supported us again. We appreciate you all. They all make a giant difference, guys. Right, I guess I'll reset the poll then. With 41 votes, I asked you all, how do you feel about the Kelvin timeline being officially retired? Yes, love it. Goodbye, Kelvin. Wins at 37%, but not far beyond. Not far before or beyond is I liked Beyond, so I wanted a fourth film at 32%, so pretty close. Meh, Mid don't carry the way, 29%, and 5% boo. I'm a Kelvin fan, liked them.
Right.
Interesting.
Well, Sean O'Sullivan has sent another $2.20. Thank you so much. Give me an adventure in space and time style drama. Can film it in Ticonderoga. The sets are built. Could be relatively cheap and a big hit. Plenty of drama with two pilots and Gene's casting couch mentality. Wow. Yeah, I would love for them to film things at Ticonderoga. You don't have to put in the initial investment of building sets, guys, and it's true to the original. Just light it properly, use new cameras and filming techniques. It would look fantastic. And Sam says it all the time, and I always say, "You're not going to do that," and it'll be so easy for them to. And they're stubborn. They're not going to do it.
But there's different them now.
True.
Different
Still
owners.
don't
And the
think
fact
they
they've made this decision and said it like right out the gate, because this, the merger took a while to do, and here they are. That's a pretty instant statement. But yeah, I mean, the 60th anniversary we talked about a few minutes ago, they've got nothing. Put in 100K, go film the Ticonderoga sets. They could literally make a new TOS episode. For
with the Strange New
nothing.
Worlds actors, if you
No,
want.
just a TOS episode. Just make a new, just have it not be the Enterprise. Just make a TOS episode. Maybe have Walter or George do voiceover, or just anybody else. Or ask. I'm being serious. Ask Ben Stiller, big Trek fan, to come direct it. He did Severance. He clears well done. Have him be the captain or an admiral. Just film a TOS episode in cinematic widescreen. Release an unseen TOS episode. Film like continues on the 60th anniversary, and have it be good. Super easy. I mean, they could do it.
Barely an inconvenience.
Well, a little bit of inconvenience, but not much. And I'll do this at some point with our films, but release it in 4:3, classic TOS. Release it in anamorphic, release it in widescreen, and release it as sort of the broadcast version and the newer version, so you kind of get the feel. That's all you have to do for the anniversary. And if you even want to do it like there's a really, really great, I don't know if you've seen it, Stuart. It's It's probably one of the best Doctor Who episodes because it's a comic relief special. It's like 22 minutes. And it's written by Stephen Moffat before he was Stephen Moffat. So that's his first piece of Doctor Who content. It stars Rowan Atkinson as the Doctor, who's obviously Mr. Bean, like an amazing performer. And it's serious for about the first 10 minutes as him, and then stuff happens and it gets more silly. But it's actually a proper episode for the first like 10 minutes with a bit of serious, but you know, and you'd recognize a villain, another great guest actor, like known character actor, and then stuff happens and various other high level actors play the Doctor. I was like, wow, they got them. Wow, you know, a lot of people, and it's a really excellently written episode because it understands a lot of time travel, makes fun of itself. It's well written, the acting is superb, and it's one of the best episodes of Doctor Who because it just understands itself super well. So you could have an episode of Star Trek made today where they just say, right, phoning the celebrity cast, who in Hollywood right now is genuinely a giant Trek fan, and you list the A's and B's and C listers, right? And they say, would you come and film with us for a week for scale? Like, absolute bottom dollar for scale, just for a week. And then everyone in the cast is like a proper name. But no one's like a big lead except the lead actor in the piece. And so it's just this insanely celebratory thing where all this love, they've obviously doing all for the love of Trek. And you get to see Ben Stiller play an admiral and Keenan from SNL playing this, you know, like properly like that level of fun. It's a real episode, just with everyone being an A-lister kind of thing. Like, how'd that feel? It's like a celebration.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd get so much press.
That would,
like, so much press. It have to be a real episode as well, but that's what the episode Doctor Who was. Like, everyone's a famous actor, like properly famous, but it's just a seriously unserious piece, and it's still talked about today because it's just really excellent.
I have not seen that, so
it's great. Yeah, great. It's not difficult. It really isn't.
I know.
Even have it be a TNG episode, and then they walk on the holodeck, and then the TS Connie, they're done. Build one corridor, done. You know? Done.
And Solaris says Patrick is retiring from what I heard. Well, just because you heard it doesn't mean it's true.
It was reported by one website with no sources, and everyone reported their report. So it's a rumor that went viral with no reason to go viral because there's no evidence.
Yep.
But hey, good for them. They probably got millions of clicks. They probably earned lots of money. And all the other news sources grabbed a silly title that might have known if true or not. And it's always funny you do those headlines and like way down the line says, as reported by this other website that you've never heard of.
Yep. As reported by Fred, you know, who lives in the alley behind my building.
News reports in from justnews.gov. Who's that? Doesn't matter. They said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Cyrus. It's just we hear that a lot, and it's annoying because it's just people. It shows gullible's the wrong word, but it shows how the media cycle. Gosh, I remember a few years ago there was a celebrity that died, and it was everywhere. And they posted a video on Facebook saying, or Twitter saying, "So I guess I died." Crazy. Because it just right.
Yeah. Yeah, I always double check my sources.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
I don't know how often celebrities retiring is a newsworthy story for like the BBC or these big sites, but I feel like he would be a news story if he's officially press releasing he's retired. But that'd be after Doomsday anyway. And you wouldn't announce retirement before his film comes out. It'd be after, surely.
Yeah. And I don't think retirement is a thing that somebody like Patrick Stewart would do necessarily. If he gets a really good offer in like 5 years to play a really awesome role, then you know he's fragile and stuff, but whatever, he would take it. Like it's been his life, man.
Yeah. He and he can do audio. I mean, his voice obviously getting worse and worse, but I mean, hey, everyone likes Michael J. Fox. He's done some stuff despite his inability to do everything, because everyone loves him. You know, I mean, you hire. Same thing. You had Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd. He can sometimes barely speak. Doesn't matter. He can still give it his all and try, and we love seeing him. So, you know, yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
And Classic for Real throws in $2 and
Oh,
says, right, Stuart and Sam are here. So what about Patrick Kirk? What? Is it just me that can't figure that out? Or I'm very confused.
oh, isn't that actually? If it was true, wouldn't it be mad that William Shatner retired after Patrick Stewart, given that he's older,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, was Patrick even alive when? Yeah, he was alive when Shatner did Star Trek, obviously.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
like, yeah. But again, he's the exception to the rule. Shatner is an insane case. There aren't many people who are that old and doing that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
The amount of virgins he's eaten, just the blood of, is a lot.
And Classic Group says, hey, what do you expect for $2 worth of characters? I expect $5 worth of characters to get your point across. That's what I expect, Classic for Real. Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Any
So that's it.
final thoughts? As in the audience. Any final thoughts?
Classic Real says Stuart Foley and Sam Calkins versus Sam Kirk and Patrick Stewart. Wow, I had to spell it out for you. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did. Although Stewart spelt wrong for Patrick, so that doesn't quite work. Just because it sounds the same doesn't mean it is the same.
And he will beat your ass if you don't get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, go
But
buy the Lego. Do it.
do it. Yeah. Gonna close out the poll with 25 votes. Do you want a fourth Kelvin Trek movie written and directed by J.J. Abrams? No, 88%. I think the written and directed by part fucked that up.
As I
Just
said,
saying.
Stuart, do you want to read out the final poll results?
I just did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was definitely slightly pandering there. Um, because who would want that? But I guess one person, two people wanted it. Hey, sure. Beautiful.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us for our news update discussion.
Yeah. We do them sometimes.
Glad we got rid of the sad looking Chris Pine, but then he's back there in the thumbnail, so it's fine.
You
It's
know
all
what
fine.
franchise he joined.
I know. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your week and
Yes.
weekend, and we will see you very soon. Don't you worry. We'll be around. Until next time, he's Commander
He's
Calkins.
got a Foley.